So, how we doing? We got a grocery run today. We got some Mountain Dew. We got a grocery run today. We got some Mountain Dew. We got some Mountain Dew. We got some Mountain Dew. One of those goes away, one of those goes in the fridge. We got some Hawaiian Punch. Which goes in the fridge. We went to a local grocery store today called Wise Markets. Great store. Okay, so we got some tea as well. Honey Smacks. Honey Smacks. Honey Smacks. There's something cool on the back. But no, this is, I like the cereal. I like this one. It's good. Frosted Flakes, another good one, another favorite. There's like Minecraft stuff on this. It's cool. What's up? Can I say your name? Hi, Harley. Hi. All right. We got some pecan swirls. Got some pecan swirls. You gotta get snacks, and these are affordable. Pecan swirls, good stuff. All right, so that's gonna go on the shelf. Alright, I haven't tried this one yet. So we got all these new like fancy ramens, right? I haven't tried these yet, the Ramen Bistro, the Cup Noodles Ramen Bistro. So I got the Korean beef. And I got the Sichuan garlic. So, see how that goes. Alright, we got some taquitos. Chicken and cheese taquitos. They probably wondering, oh, what'd you get? What else did you get? That's right, we got strawberries. Bam! Look at that. They look pretty good, don't they? Bam. Look how bright they are. So got some strawberries. Now, I also got, this is good for you. We got some Hormel chili here. This is pretty good for canned chili, I gotta admit. Well, not until you try it. So we got a few cans of that. Orange Crush. I love these 1 liters. The 1 liters are awesome. The Orange Crush, we're putting both in there because they'll be gone probably very quickly. And this is what you just heard. So, let's do it. Give it a shot. It just it just says bake for, it doesn't say put it on anything. No, it's metal. Normally you'd put this stuff like on a baking sheet, like on top of a flat cookie sheet or something, but it's metal. I think I'm still gonna do that. I think I'm still gonna do that. Wasn't in there long enough to get hot yet. That's why I was able to just reach in. Yeah. I'm putting it on a tray. I'm not putting it right on the... I just don't think it'll heat evenly unless I just think the bottom's gonna get really hot and it's gonna get burned. I think it'll just be on a tray. Anyway, 30 minutes and it'll be done. However, it will probably cook a little bit faster than that, and that isn't all. In the meantime, there are 2 other things that I got here. So I haven't actually tried this yet, but I do like Blue Bunny. And apparently this is like a new take on soft serve or something like that. New take on soft serve. So should be interesting. It was actually not like that until it was in my car. So it's not like the store didn't do that or anything. It was just like that because it was in my car. So oh, and the other thing, a little mango juice from Snow Fox. Snow Fox makes good stuff, but there's like actual like bits of mango in there. You see it? I'll show you then. But anyway, this would be a first for both. I love Blue Bunny, and I like Snow Fox Ramune. So both brands I'm familiar with, but I haven't tried these yet. And look how this looks when you open it. Doesn't that look amazing? Oh wow, that is soft serve. Look at that. Look, ready? It's wow. Oh wow. It's whipped. It's good. But that's what it is. It's whipped ice cream. It's good though. It's whipped. You can just tell. But yeah, it's soft, like soft serve. Hello. Hola. It's definitely soft enough to be called soft serve. That was delicious. Wow, it's really light too. Can I interject for a second? While I was at the store, I had a pleasant time. And a lot of this was due to the fact that I felt like the people in the store and everybody engaged in the store and stuff like that, and was just there to be nice, there to do what they're there to do. They're not there to, you know, be rude or anything like that. And what I'll say is 3 separate times where I walked into like an aisle and there was like somebody kind of like blocking it a little bit or blocking something. As soon as I walked up, these people were alert and aware that I was sort of kind of standing idle, turned around and said, "Oh, let me move out of their way." I didn't have to say anything. It was immediate. And I just all those times responded with, "Oh no, you're fine. Thank you. It's totally fine." Because usually I just sort of wait a few seconds. I'm a patient person. I usually just like sort of stand up and just kind of wait a few seconds, let the person do what they're doing, realize I'm waiting. I usually try not to like come up and, you know, just interrupt what somebody's doing. You know, like they're there too. So I thought it was interesting how all the times I'm in like all these big stores, not to mention any names, but all these times I'm in big stores and there's all these people going there and stuff like that. People can't even be bothered to look both ways before walking up an aisle, let alone be concerned they're standing in front of the ice cream cooler. And no lie, 4 different old ladies that were talking to each other, just having conversation. I walked up, and they very clearly needed to use that cooler. I didn't have to say anything. They literally, I made eye contact, and they just knew. Said, "I'm sorry, sir, let us move out of your way," and they kind of like thought it was funny. They were kind of funny like with it. I said, "No, you're fine. Thank you." And so, when I can go to a different store and I can just see the different attitudes and people that go to that store and behave that way, it's not a there's too many people or anything like that. No, it's there's too many of those people. And it's not a segregation thing, it's not a those people thing, it's a behavioral thing. And yes, you're right. You can stereotype it a little bit. You're right. It doesn't mean that the stereotype doesn't exist. Be smart. Sometimes it exists. There are more of these people because in certain types of communities and stuff, just because they don't have that jump start that other people did. You know, they're not as comfortable. They're not as, you know, they have some stuff they're going through, sure. Absolutely. And a lot of those, you know, it's just a behavioral thing. It's like, I get that, but then don't go to the store and take that out on other people. You know, don't, you know what I mean? So, it's just an awareness, behavioral thing with people, with kind of public spaces where people can choose to be however they want to be. It's all on you, and all on how you choose to be, and even prior to this, like there was instances of like people in the parking lot being courteous to others and stuff like that. Like it was just one thing after another, after another, after another, where people were courteous, polite. And I've had this instance with other people where you walk up and you ask them to move politely, even after waiting those few seconds, and they almost act irritated. You know, like there's a totally different attitude you can have about these things, and you can choose to kind of like be argumentative and confrontational and stuff like that, or you can choose to not be that way. You can choose to be in public and be a nice person. I think it's funny, like part of the reason I love 365 and his channel, and a lot of the reason you guys realize that the funny thing about what he does is a lot of times he gets away with doing things he wouldn't normally be able to do because he asks for permission and he's just nice about it. Most of the time that's not going to get you anywhere because he's continued to be this nice person and very obviously only done it to promote their business and be a mutual benefactor and just to be, you know, a beacon, I guess, in the community, or just nice, you know. And people see that. Then you see all these other people trying to like do it or copy it or something like that, and they just quite don't get it. They just don't quite get it or something like that. Hey, what's up, Cobain? So the point I want to make is just that if you want to do what somebody else is doing and you want to copy it as a content creator, or you want to be a nice person and do what somebody else is doing too, and you want to do that, don't cast a shadow on what that person's doing just because you don't know how to do that thing. And now you're going to take that thing and ruin it for that person. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You know, that's why, like, sometimes when I saw somebody, like, maybe, like, copy something I did or something like that, arguably they did it a little bit better, I was like, alright, that's fine. You do that thing then. And then they didn't do that thing, and it was like, could I have done that thing? You ever traveled to different countries? Yeah. On a cruise, though. On a cruise. Oh, wow. That's good. And I'll be honest with you, I don't like, there's only one coconut water I like. I don't like coconut water, it's disgusting. The there's one brand that I can tolerate. This has coconut something in it, and yeah, it's fine. You can taste it, but it's still sweet. No, because coconut water is bitter as shit. It's bitter. It's bitter, bitter, bitter. Anybody says that stuff's sweet, I don't know what you're tasting. We're not drinking the same thing. That's better. Bamboo house. What would I make a bamboo house with? Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. Got a little bit yet. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. That's pretty good. Coconut gel. What's, yeah, all right, so this thing that's on the front here that I didn't know how to quite say, that's that's coconut gel apparently. That's coconut gel. Yeah. 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 That's pretty good. I'm gonna drink all of it. No. Are they actual bits of mango or is that the coconut gel? Yeah, so these aren't bits of mango, they're bits of coconut gel. That's what it is. It's the little pieces in there. They're not actually pieces of mango. They just probably want you to think that. But that's okay, man. It's so good. It's still good. It's still good. Getting there. Gotta wait a little bit. Getting there. That was some good ice cream, man. That Blue Bunny soft serve, good stuff. Highly recommend. I like so I do like Blue Bunny, but I like Haagen-Dazs as well. But yeah, I like Blue Bunny. That soft serve was freaking good. But I mean, there's other stuff out there too. Just saying, that's good. Go get that. Go try that. It's freaking good, especially if you like soft serve. Cause trust me, Haagen-Dazs, that ain't soft serve. Nah, they don't got that. They don't got that. Haagen-Dazs is generally not soft. Not usually. I mean, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. That's definitely a huge and taste-wise, flavor-wise, Blue Bunny is, in my opinion, comparable to Haagen-Dazs. It's comparable. It's different, but it's comparable in flavor. I think it's like a premium quality ice cream. I mean, comparing it to Dreyer's, the world famous Dreyer's is a pretty huge compliment. So. Oh. And they're based out of Iowa, I think. That's cool. I mean, like I said, go try it. It's good, man. I've always loved Blue Bunny. I love their ice cream sandwiches. Love them. Love them. Good stuff. I can smell it. It's wafting. It's wafting. It's like that was the scent. That was I was mimicking a scent trail. Martial arts blocking. I was mimicking a scent trail. These strawberries look so good. I'm actually glad this has a screw cap. Oh, some soda. I want some soda. Big surprise, right? Big freaking surprise. Some soda. Well, what do you think? Duh. A delicatessen. A delicatessen. A flavor. Should I check it? I can smell it. It smells really fucking good. It smells really good. Like, if you walked into a restaurant and smelled this, you'd be like, I immediately need to order the pasta. You just know. It would be that. It would be like, oh my god, it's so good. You would immediately need to order the pasta. You'd be like, well, I know what I'm ordering tonight. It doesn't matter what's on your mind. You'd change it. You'd just be like, that smells really good. I want the pasta. It's almost there. It's not quite. It's almost there. I'm actually kind of surprised. Yeah. Yeah. It actually says to bake it with the film on there. I don't know. It says to do that, so guess I'll do it. If I ever did an album cover, it would just be this. It would just be this. Like every album cover would be like this. I'd be like looking down off to the side. Do you ever do you know why they do that? You know why they do that, right? It's not like submit. I can tell you the real reason. Because of you. Yeah, it's like, I wonder why he's standing like that. Do you think he's leaving the band? It's ever since the Abbey Road thing where, wasn't it... Was it Paul? Yeah, it was Paul that wasn't wearing shoes, right? And they thought he was dead. It's ever since then. People just literally it's just... Now, like, there's obviously normal pictures of a band and stuff. But that's why. That's why they'll have the one guy standing off to the side, or truthfully, like, people do this. They're like, I wonder if he's getting kicked out, you know? I think even people did this with Metallica, right? They had a picture like that with James facing the other way, and it was with all the Dave Mustaine stuff. They were just having fun with it. I think they literally were just having fun with it. I don't think it was really as bad blood as people were making it out to be. I think it was literally just them having fun with it. Getting boosts from people talking. You know what I mean? Like, it... Alright, if people are going to talk crap, we're going to use it, you know? Good for you. Good for you. That's what you should do. Good for you. That's how you do it, man. You have to, because people are going to talk shit no matter what you do. Even if it's good, they're always going to talk shit. Yeah, that's done. That's done. I don't have a bowl that's decent. I should have done this beforehand. I do have a bowl that's decent. I know I touched it, but it was briefly. I'm okay. Okay, there we go. I was like, where's the deeper one? I needed the deeper one. Funny thing is, I have pasta here too. I just really wanted to try this. I think it has. Yeah, it's got like cheese and all that. It's got like seasoning cheese, all that stuff. So. Oxy Turner. Oxy Turner. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Down, down, down. Do, 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 do. Well, it looks so good. Look at the color on that. Looks really good. It's hot. It's like I eat one piece at a time hot. Damn it. Oh, no, it's not. Yes, it is. It's really good. It's really good. Wow. 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 There it was. Rug. Stupid rug. What's up? Hello. Good. So again, that was home bake. Pretty good. So people that have a lot of stuff to do, maybe you get home from work or whatever, you got a lot to do. You just want to throw something in the oven, be done doing whatever you're doing after work, and then have your food ready in a half hour. It's exactly what it's for. Yeah, it'll be great for that. You know what I mean? For those people, they gotta get to bed real quick, you know, they gotta get to bed right away. They don't really got a lot of time to sit there and prep food and stuff after a full day's work, too. I'd be just perfect for that, you know? Excuse me. The hot food's really clearing me out. I love it. It's good. It's amazing what an actor can do with forehead muscles. Can you do that with your ears? Can you do that? I can move them. I've always been able to like just move, very expressive. Not everybody has that, you know. I have somebody that has struggled for years and years and years and years and years to do one thing and can never do it. I just physically can't do it. I don't know why. Can't do it. So it's the sort of thing where like some people just have certain muscles, some don't. I can't raise my left eyebrow. I don't know why. I can do this all day long. For the life of me, I cannot raise the left one. I can do both. I can't. No matter the amount of focus, the amount of meditation, the amount of martial arts, whatever I did, I could not make it happen. You just can't do it. And yeah, I started thinking about it and I rationalized that because of the muscles on the right one, I'm able to lift the left. Basically, it's like helping it. It's because the way the muscles are designed in that part of my head, just for some reason they're stretched in a certain way that I need this one to lift this one. It's just a thing. And again, some people have like all kinds of, like that's very minor. It's like, like obviously like there's other things I'm not going to talk about, but like obviously everybody has their flaws and stuff, their imperfections, but this is the sort of thing where like, you see somebody with a very expressive face and stuff, not everybody can do that. So I'm just saying, pursue it if you can. That's what I'm saying. Like if you're one of those kids that, just like Jim Carrey, you stood there and made faces at yourself in the mirror every day to learn how to do it, to be funny or whatever. You should probably be a comedian or something. You should probably do something with that. Like that's probably a a sign that you recognize that this is funny, this isn't. You know, you have the ability to do that. That's where it starts. That's it. Jim Carrey started like that. So many physical comedy people started that way. It's the mirror is where you start any type of stand-up comedy. So, you know, if your thing is making faces, that's your thing, you know, or whatever it is you do. But you have to be good at it. Realize Jim Carrey's already done that a million times now. So, you know, like, all right, how's it different? You know, like, that's all. You know, like, just if you do it now, realize it's already been done, you know? So, how are you doing it different? That's all. And, just like covering a song. And cover a song. Cover it, but it better not sound like the original. It better not be, like, exactly like the... No, it has to sound like you covered it. Everybody knows that. You guys know I like metal. You guys know I like metal, right? I think that's kind of obvious by now, right? It's like my number one. Metal, rock, in general. But metal. There's these bands that do covers of songs and they're so freaking good, and then they get underplayed. Nobody listens to them. At least Disturbed got what they deserve. They got 1 billion views for The Sound of Silence. Now again, I know I've talked about other metal bands never doing this. I think maybe now they have, but I still... Isn't Disturbed arguably the first? What other song now? Like obviously there might be like 1 or 2 in history that might, but I don't know. 1 billion? I still don't know that anything else really. It's hard to say. I guess you could look it up, but they were one of the first, if not the first, metal band. I'm not saying the first to hit 1 billion. Obviously, we know it's not the first to hit 1 billion. Metal band though, and they did it with a cover. That's the point. Like, that's a true testament to the artist. Taking something somebody else already made and making it your own so well that it gets 1 billion views. Bravo. Yeah, like, what else would you say to that? That's brilliant, you know? And did a lot to continue helping the metal community. You know, a lot of the reason, you know, these folks today, they don't get it. They just don't get how culture works. They really don't. They want to say that bands are selling out by doing songs like that or slower songs or something. No, this helps the metal community. You want the pop people to listen to the metal. Trust me. You don't have numbers. Like, it's to the point where, like, you worry about it being phased out and being called oldies and stuff. Like, that's the point. Ozzy shouldn't be oldies. That's still metal. It still rocks. Perry Mason still sounds super heavy. So does Thunder Underground. And a ton of that stuff. Yet you never hear it. That's a shame. So, in my opinion, bands like Creed... And, you know, bands like this and other bands that, you know, want to focus on what they want to focus on sometimes, it's okay. because this actually helps the genre. It helps get other people into it. No doubt. Perfect example. Perfect example. No doubt. Like Gwen Stefani, no doubt. Like Just a Girl and all that. I loved that frickin' song. I loved all of that stuff. That was great music. But it was Gwen Stefani. And so because she had the cultural impact of getting more women to be involved with music that sounded like that, just because she was singing it. That's it. It's just a relation, how it relates to you, and if you're feeling that song or not. And so, you know, like for these bands that package songs, like The Light, for example, The Light. I kept hearing from other metal people and some crap about that song. I'm like, what's wrong with it? I honestly think that's one of the best songs ever written. I truly believe that. I don't just say that. I think it's one of the best songs ever written. I think it's up there with The Power of Love. Power of Love is my favorite song ever. Period. End of discussion. There's no other song that's better than that. Like, the essence of what that song means. That's why that's my favorite. Like, that's my favorite song. Period. End of discussion. And so, like, when you create a song that's very similar to that and has a similar sort of kind of message, you know, that's the point. Love isn't always gonna... It's gonna look strange sometimes, and it's not gonna always be good. It's sometimes gonna be, you know, there's gonna be trials and tribulations, just like that song, The Light. How sometimes darkness can show you the light. That's the point, man. And then lead you into whether or not you'll break this time. Oh, new one's good too, but Jerry Lewis, man, he's a great singer. There was no one else that could have done it. He was great. There was no one else who could have done it like him. Like, phenomenal, even. I would say that. I would use that particular word. Phenomenal singer. Jerry Lee Lewis. Jerry Lewis and the News. Was it Lee? It was Lee, right? Jerry Lewis and the News. Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis, I'm sorry. Huey Lewis, I'm sorry. Huey Lewis, right? Let me fucking... Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis! Ah! We did that right. Ah! Sound like an idiot. Where? Oh, it's in... Power of Love! It's a curious name. One man weep, another man sick. Change your heart to a little white dove. Yeah, it's Huey. It's Huey. I don't even have to look it up. I don't know why I was thinking Jerry Lee Lewis. That's... You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Right? That's that, right? Huey Lewis. Huey Lewis in the News. I'm sorry. No, it's Huey. It's Huey. I don't have to look it up. I literally just looked up Huey Lewis. As soon as I saw his face, I knew it. It's Huey Lewis. That's why I showed you. I don't even have to look it up. Huey Lewis in the News. I just... Because of Lewis, you know, I just... That's why artists strive to get, like, different names. That's why. That's exactly why. Weren't they like the greatest band on the planet at the time they came out, right? So was Foo Fighters for a while, right? That's what everybody was saying. I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that. Foo Fighters? Yeah, I was fine with that. With Taylor. I mean, he still have Grohl, but I mean, his son though. Put his son in there. Because his son's playing now, right? Yeah, that's fine. Never mind. That's fine. Same thing with Eddie, right? Isn't his son playing now? That's so cool. Eddie Van Halen, isn't his son playing now? That's so cool. I was watching clips of him playing so good. So, anyway, Sammy Hagar's song came out. He released a song. Yeah, he did, Sammy. With Joe Satriani, right? That's what that was, right? Man, he's still good. Yeah, watched it. It was good. Sammy doesn't not do stuff with his like famous buddies though. So like everybody in that group is from a band. Cause he had Chickenfoot for a while, right? Chickenfoot was his supergroup, wasn't it? I love Sammy. How do you not love Sammy? Can't Drive 55? That was great. Blue doo 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 doo. I'm gonna try my slowly rolling time to steer. Do 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 do. And I can't get my car out of second gear. Do 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 do. Well, it used to take 2 hours. Now it takes all day. Huh. It took me 16 hours to get to LA. Come on and write me up for 125. Post my face, wanted dead or alive. Take my license, all that jive. I can't drive 55. Do 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 do. Oh no. Huh. I went into the first verse. I know, I started the second one to first. That's probably why I do that, because I'll like to start singing a song and then start it over. That time I did that on purpose, though. And then it's hard to steer. You can't get in my car out of second gear. It used to take 2 hours. It'll take a day, 60 hours to get to LA. Yeah, that's a whole second verse actually. So I remember the video. The video literally starts off, he's getting pulled over. Just remember the car he has. It looks like a Lambo. Is it an old Lambo? It looks like it. Maybe a Ferrari. I'm not sure. But I remember he like pulls off. He's on a track and he just decides to take it for a spin on the normal road. And pulls out. He gets pulled over, right? And then he just takes off. And then he's like stuck in traffic. He's like yelling and he gets caught. And then they pull him in. And he does a backflip off the wall. Catches his guitar. Proceeds to do a guitar solo in the Yeah. That's how and then he gets locked up, and then like his metal like breaks the bars or something. Yeah, I can't drive 55. It's just a video. put a unique or some sort of story or something in a video, I'll remember everything about it. Remember the Miracle Man video? That was weird, wasn't it? He's had all these pigs around. And I was like, what the heck? That was that was the pre-beard days for Zach too. He's all clean in that one. I mean, shoes. If you want to see him clean, just watch Live and Loud. If you want to see him pre-beard. Man has a glorious chin. It's true. Dude has a freaking Jonathan Frakes chin. No lie. He has a Jonathan Frakes chin. You know Jonathan Frakes? Like Commander Riker? Dude has a Jonathan Frakes chin. I just watch Live and Loud. I'll see him with all the beard. Ah, great playing too. Great playing. I prefer to watch the music in time with the audio. So as much as I like that concert, I prefer Live at Budokan because it's in time. Like it's just start to finish a concert. It's not like out of sync with the music and bits and pieces of different tour dates and stuff. It's just a concert straight through, and I like that. I prefer that. Do not like the mashups as much. Not even close. Because it just takes away from it for me. I can't see him doing it. But then, for example, like there's some on there that aren't like that, like the slower ones, Changes. Zach sits behind a piano and does Changes. You have the Black Sabbath song with Ozzy, which was good. That was cool. It was good. And like I said, I really, really liked Live at Budokan. That was probably one of my favorite concerts, like, period. But definitely Ozzy's peak performance band, too. Like, you had Mike Bordin on drums. Mike Bordin from the epic Faith No More. Zakk Wylde. Robert Trujillo, who's now in Metallica. Yeah, he was there for Live and Loud. I'm sorry, Live at Budokan. I apologize. Live at Budokan. Robert Trujillo was on Live at Budokan. Good concert. I remember a couple of funny instances from that concert. You'll just have to watch it. It's great. I have an audio of that too. I listened to that one. I like that one so much I listened to it. Nope. It's in my case right now, actually. Still put that in once in a while. I'm talking about stuff that would bring a lot of people in, so, you know, YouTube has to make sure that they... What's a problem for our trending? What a piece of shit. Oh, that's funny. This is good. I'm not gonna stuff myself. I'm gonna actually heat this up in a little bit. I'm gonna finish the rest later. I'm not gonna stuff myself. Because I had ice cream prior to this. I had that mango drink. Had some coconut in it. I'm not trying to overdo it. Yep, too much pasta. Just gotta watch it. So probably just heat this up a little bit. Save it for a little bit later. Hello. Coffee. There's always coffee. I could make some coffee. I'm thinking about it actually. Is that a moth? Hello. That's funny. We got them all over. We get there's so many moths around here. Moths are harmless. They don't bother me. They're just funny. I get one that lands on me. I get one land on me. That's actually fun. Because you kind of look at them like, oh hi. Doesn't usually happen though. Can I do the crab dance? What is the crab dance? No. Is that a meme? Oh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. No. I mean, I guess I could. I don't think anybody comes here to watch me dance. Yeah, guess I could make coffee. The ninja? You came for the ninja? We? Who's we? Are you speaking for other people in chat now? I find that interesting. We came for the ninja. It is a ninja. Obviously. You knew that from all the way back here, huh? Or are you another alt from somebody else? Stretching the lumbar. I need filters. I don't think I have any filters. Oh, yes I do. Wait. No, I don't. I need to throw these away. I think these are the ones I have to throw away. Just throw them away. I need coffee filters. Damn it. I was at the store. No. Okay, they're fine. Why did I think I didn't throw these away? That's weird. I smell everything. You know, like if something like, especially like food and stuff like that, like was contaminated or something, you'll just know right away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what chemicals smell like. So. And you know, if I have like something like coffee filters or something like that, that shit should not fucking, like, hot water drips onto this. This brews coffee in it. So whatever's in there, like, that's the point. Like, that has to be only paper, you know what I mean? So, like, I will smell, like, everything. And if it smells weird, I'm assuming, like, chemical or something about it, you know what I mean? See, I'm even smelling it right now. That's why, like, I thought that, but I guess it's fine. It's fine. It seems fine now. Coffee. So just a tip. Let me give you a little life. Sometimes I give a little life tips. Thanks. So sometimes I give little life tips. This is not really sealed. Not really. This is plastic. So is this. So over time, this lid that's thin will eventually permeate air. The more times you open it, the worse it is. So, stop throwing this away. Don't do it. This goes here. And the lid goes on. This will maintain freshness so much longer, and your coffee will stop getting stale. You wonder why your coffee's getting stale so quickly. That's because the lid's not actually airtight. The container is, the lid's not. So just letting you know, I shouldn't even the coffee yet. just a suggestion, a little tip for you to get a container of coffee like that, like I do. If you get a bag coffee, it kind of rolls up for the top. This is often kept fresher in the refrigerator. It's also why I store, I know some people leave their ketchup just sort of sitting out. But I don't. And controlling the temperature of things matters. And so the more times temperature changes throughout your house, temperature changes because of weather and stuff like that where you live, so is the ketchup. And so is everything else that you leave out. So if it's not airtight, it's not like completely sealed like this thing of sauce is, it's going to be affected by everything because of the air that you already let in there. Do you get what I'm saying? So when I put that seal back on the coffee container, what that actually does is because that seal's on there, as soon as I push that lid on, it helps to push the air back out and keep it locked so the air that's in there stays in and the air that's out stays out. Does that make sense? And the same with the refrigerator. Like, the refrigerator is a controlled environment. You can control, the temperature's controlled. It's not. So I'm just saying. That's why you don't leave. Like, I just, ketchup, yes, you can, but do you ever wonder why you eat something and it just couldn't quite sit right in your stomach? The oils in that ketchup have now separated. The oils, yes, all the stuff that's mixed in there is because it's getting mixed with the air, the warmth and stuff. It's all separating. Put it in the fridge, man. It's gross. I'm giving, I give life tips here and there. I don't want you to look at it like that. But it's definitely life tips that are just meant to help. Stuff I learned over the years, whether it be working at a restaurant or just life experience in general. I don't know why this is. I clean my little shower head brewer thing here. Now, also, you saw me do that wrong just now too. I'm gonna wipe it off with a cloth. You don't want to clean these things with a paper towel either, because you're gonna get bits of paper towel in it. Just clean it with a rag. I just did that this time. I was very careful. And now I'm pulling the bits out, as you can see. Okay, that's good. Well, but that's not the tip, though. The tip was originally about the coffee container. So the tip originally was that this coffee container, if you take the seal off, they'll throw it away. You don't necessarily have to put that in the fridge. I was just saying, for the ones with the roll-up bags, you can put those in the fridge. Ketchup goes in the fridge. Not everything goes in the fridge. No, you don't got to put coffee in the fridge if it's in a plastic container like that. Again, if the container is sufficient, comes with a seal, stop throwing the seal away. That's the tip. So no, you're actually wrong. So yeah, that's why I'm going to clarify that. And yeah, like, I don't think he was being rude. I think he was just actually trying to clarify, and there you go. There's your clarification. Yeah. Yeah, the tip was this. The tip was if your coffee is going a lot of you have containers like this, so the tip is if you take this off, don't throw this away. Put this on the lid or just on the top of the container and shut it. Because otherwise you're just closing this thin lid over a container and it's not really that airtight. You know, as you open it, it gets air in there even right now. So you want to keep that airtight. And again, you know, yeah, we could put the roll. The tip was you could put the roll up bags if you have the bags of coffee. Those keep well in the fridge. But the tip was that's because it's temperature controlled and controlled environment. If you have a pantry that has some sort of temperature controlled atmosphere or something, like some people might, surprisingly, then that's fine too. But for the most part, you know, you're not going to have that. So. It's all about moisture, about humidity. So, cool, dry environments for almost any type of food storage. Cool, dry environments for almost any type of food storage, unless it's dairy. Then fridge. Yeah, obviously. But don't ever leave shit sitting out in the sun and think it's okay after that. Really, nothing's good after it's been sitting in the sun. The sun cooks everything. Ultraviolet rays. That's another thing. You get stuff outside. Less than the shade, but you're fine. I mean, shade is fine. Just direct sunlight. I have to look at the water level. I'm very adamant about measuring. That's good. So we got coffee brewing now. Oh. Why do you say that? You totally come from Spyland, New Jersey? Well, at least you're from Jersey, right? I did hit brew, did I not? I didn't. So did I didn't hit brew. What do I think about heresy? You're asking my personal opinion about heresy. Very interesting, odd, random question to ask. No, I am not. Hmm. No, I'm not. I'm not in support of heresy. What do I think about it? I think it's ridiculous. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Heresy? You mean like the opposition of anything Christian? Is that what you mean by heresy? Because if you're asking what I think about that, I think that that's just some sort of immature person's way of dealing with Christianity in an evil manner. Like essentially, they don't like Christianity, and so anybody that's just like opposed to it, they've just decided they're this. That's how I would look at that. So yeah, I don't care about it. Never really gave it much thought. I would assume it's like demonizing and stuff like that. Don't really care. I don't really give much thought to, like, basically, in my opinion, if people are taking an idea of religion and making it more than about a code of ethics, like if you're taking religion and you're making it about this is why we go to war because we have different agreements on how we should believe in heaven or hell, that's stupid, archaic, dumb. Bury that. Religion is a code of ethics for you based on where you come from and your nationality and what fits with your upbringing. And that's what religion should be. It shouldn't be something that we go to war over. We have all these disagreements. Who the hell do I care what some person in India worships Hindi or Buddhism? I don't care. It doesn't affect me. So why would I sit here and go to war with that person just because I disagree with them? It's not very Christian either. So, there's a lot of bloody history. There's a lot of human history that is in God's name. And it's all in the Bible. It's riddled all over the Bibles, for sure. For sure. You could just read it right in the Bible. So, yeah, do I support Christianity all of the time? Depends on the flag that they wear. If they have a denomination, no. Nope. That's why I usually don't go to church. But I pray. And I pray to the same God that you probably do. And I believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ. But I also believe that the modern church is flawed. And is about sitting around a collection plate. And about telling somebody they can't swear. Because they feel they need to. Because they want to just control what you say. It's not church. It's not about... That's not about making people feel better. That's just about rationalizing why you want to go there. Yeah. I feel like Christianity's rules was made to further the acceptance of man's desires. Yes and no. Christianity... Alright, here's how you should look at Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was not actually somebody that he's a man. Do we believe that man can actually do superhero-like things? No. However, he had a following. And he had a lot of people that believed in him and believed in what he was doing and tried to heal the world, save the world into a non-bloody, we need to survive future. And everybody was just basically they realized they became so depressed. There's all this killing, all this war all the time. They just realized that
yeah, maybe it is all nonsense and there's nothing when you die or something like that. It doesn't matter. The point is you have to move on. Otherwise, society and people won't exist anymore. They'll just kill each other. Jesus Christ needed to come back. Otherwise, everybody was going to die. And the church knew that. And the church still knows that. And that the part of the only reason people don't go to war is because of these codes and ethics and keeping them well-rounded and stuff. Some people need that, while others go, what the hell? So the point is, I see Jesus Christ as somebody that his followers came and took that body. They made sure that he was risen, essentially, because we needed that. So if you want my honest opinion, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that was made up, lied about. Do I believe in God? Yes. Do I believe Jesus Christ could walk on water? No. Do I believe he was man? Yes. Do I believe he came back from the dead? No. Do I believe that God exists and he created all of this? Oh, absolutely, yes. The Fibonacci sequences and everything. That's not by accident. Look it up. Wholly aside from that, there's plenty of evidence to support God exists. There's plenty of evidence in my life to support that my prayers have been answered many, many times for absolutely no reason whatsoever except that God exists. That's all I need. That's what faith is. I don't need Jesus Christ. They did. You don't need him now. You need somebody to shout from the rooftops and yes, swear at the people that are wrong. Yes, you need swearing. Yes, because if that's what they have to hear to snap them out of it. Because you have an entire generation of people just living in denial about war and stuff like that, when all they got to do is just stop arguing about every little thing. Like, we don't have to agree at everything to coexist. We really don't. Do you know about the book of Enoch? Yes. The book of the Bible has messed up stuff in it. Yeah, it's got all kinds of messed up stuff in it. See, Christ is a teacher more than a redeemer. He died for our sins, yes, but he taught more than he redeemed. See, that's why I disagree. How did he die for our sins? What does that mean? That means nothing to me. He died for our sins. I've never understood that, and it's always made no frickin' sense to me whatsoever. Every pastor ever has always fed me that stupid nonsense. That's actually what thwarts people from Christianity, and I can't stand it. It thwarts smart people, because Jesus didn't do that. No guy, no man person can die for everybody else. That doesn't even make any sense to say that. No. The symbolism of Jesus dying at the time it happened saved humanity in the way that I said. Because they all equally decided they needed a religion, they needed a conformed society that would conform to civilized manners. Yeah, I know, the whole emo episodes with South Park. You're going to conform to your... Yeah, like, that's funny now, right? But the point is, no, you needed that at that time. You needed it. Because, yeah, people were too emotional. What about starving people from Africa? Why doesn't God help them guys? This is what I'm talking about. Do you think God just performs miracles? No, free will. Everybody has the earth and the opportunity to, essentially do themselves. Now, the modern world is different. And is being governed by the large countries and stuff. So when you have a different modern world than what used to be, saying things like, well, why does God let hunger exist and stuff, you're focusing on the wrong things. What you need to wonder is, Would hunger still exist if we had technology? Let's say all of technology was wiped out and suddenly people needed to hunt again. And there was more cattle, there was more things to hunt because there was less just constant finding of these things. And so thus it would spread it around more. Suddenly you'd have your answer. Ah, okay. So hunger wouldn't be as abundant if less rich people existed. Yes. Where there is capitalism and people at the top, there are more people at the bottom. And so thus, we all, just like The Next Generation taught us, why it's one of my favorite shows ever, if not my favorite, we all need to forego modern conveniences and start getting over the want to obtain things. More and more things, more and more money. That shouldn't be your goal. Your goal should be help the next generation. Focus on mankind. How can we give back? Not how can I establish another big organization and put my name on it. Basically, you're focusing on the stuff we can control ourselves. Yes. Because why wouldn't you do that? Again, God does not perform miracles. He's not going to. Free will. However, if he sees that you're trying, and he has a good reason to, and you're all working together, I truly believe he will. I truly, truly believe that. I truly believe God would actually come down and say, you get it. But he ain't gonna. He's gonna just abandon you. Just reset the earth. For a seventh time. Because he's done it before. That's what I truly believe. I truly believe that the dinosaurs, I truly believe that we've been here longer than we think. And that the Bible will tell us. Because remember, these things that were taught throughout history, they were taught to us in a way that the church wanted them to be fed without, too much, arguing and stuff like that. So, there was a lot of stuff that was exaggerated, lied about, and the amount of time the Earth has been here keeps getting longer through carbon dating. We keep finding out more and more about that. Do you believe in aliens that you could be in a simulation? I do believe that aliens exist, but I think that they exist on top of us in a parallel dimension. Because if aliens existed, we would see them more abundantly, and we would have seen evidence of it. Aside from the military planes that all the stories you hear and stuff, and then that's the point. You hear all these stories from the military people that would never speak lies, that they recount stories other people have recounted separately somehow, and it's like lights and stuff moving around faster than they can maneuver, things they've never seen before, disrupting their instruments and things like that. So, but no any actual like beings or ships or anything, just more lights. So, somebody has really, really advanced guerrilla war tech 300 years into the future and is screwing around with us, or there's parallel light beings. There's parallel aliens that are like light beings. They're energy beings. And even they are afraid of our nukes. Which is why they've left us alone. It's not that they don't want to, it's that they are afraid of our nukes. You realize that, right? Our nukes are scary. Nukes are scary. Nukes would destroy the planet. So, what was the other... Oh, can we be in a simulation? Sure. Sure, why not? Sure. God's simulation, though. God's simulation, though, sure. Look at it like that, though. Because we have a creator, and it's very clear that this creator wants to be respected. It's very clear. But in a loving way. In a loving way. God promised he would kill us again. I don't know about all that. Aliens invented the internet. God. No, Al Gore invented the internet, right? Do you remember that? Fucking Al Gore. I love Al Gore. Do you remember that though? I mean, I love Al Gore, but didn't he try to say he invented the internet? I love Al Gore. He tried. They are among us. It's true. They hide among us. Yeah, so the way a parallel dimension is, there could be somebody just like right on top of me. You just walk through me. Sure. Yep. So there's a good chance that they unlocked that ability to understand temporal shifting. I've talked about this before, that if we somehow master gravity tech is the next thing, where if we focus on this and we unlock the key to gravity, we start understanding the universe. Because gravity's everything. And gravity's like the singular thing in science we really don't understand why. We just know everything has a certain amount of gravity. No, they pretend to be human. No, they don't. No. Why do you think they pretend to be human? Because there's a bunch of psychopaths that go around claiming to be aliens? There's no humans that are aliens. There'd be huge evidence of that. The government would have a huge time keeping that secret. This is the point. The government can't keep anything secret anymore. Not anymore. Yeah, this is a hot button issue, huh? Yeah, I believe in it, but again, don't think of these aliens as beings that you can see. And also don't think that necessarily they're taking up people and that they have the ability to do that. Because if they did, if they could take up people, all the instances that we saw of military personnel coming in contact with them, with their jets, why wouldn't they take up a military personnel? Why wouldn't they immediately do that? That way now they're military. Now they can figure stuff out, de-arm all the nukes. They would have just done that. No. They are fascinating. If they exist, they are godlike beings. Their technology is so beyond ours, they would be considered more godlike, for sure. They are so much ahead of us. They would be like Thor with the Bifrost. Thor can just go anywhere instantly. Yeah, unlike gravity tech, yeah, that's what it would do. It would understand, instead of traveling distance anymore, it wouldn't be thought of like that. It would be thought of as, instead of, it's teleportation now. What Star Trek does, and not even in the sense of actually changing your atoms and reassembling them, but just bending space-time. Hold on. So if you have gravity technology, which they do, what you get, alright, so if you think about space-time, here's your line, here's your distance line, okay? Here's your start, Here's your finish. Okay. All right. Start, finish. Okay. Now, quickest way between these 2 points is, of course, that straight line. You don't veer off that line, you just go straight in one line. However, if you suddenly think about this differently, instead of traveling from A to B, you now bend space-time. Suddenly, this is now your point of travel. And then you open it back up again. Correct. Correct. That's the point. It's all around us. It's not. We know that. That's the point. Yes, exactly. So, I don't think that either. I don't think of it as linear either, but it's linear to our existence. So we would have to evolve as a species in order to unlock that technology. That's what you need to understand. We can't make it happen. Those aliens can, though. And they've probably adopted and evolved their species to do so. Because you have to understand, we are bound to atoms. And atoms can't move at the speed of light, and they can't bend space-time. They just can't. They break apart. Make sense? Yes. Right. Well, that's the examples that we've seen from the eye accounts. These are eye accounts of the pilots. And we're not just saying this person in chat, I say this in chat, clearly knows, because, you know, like, the point is, we're not the only ones saying this. These are actual accounts from, like, actual Air Force. I meant to say Air Force. Air Force pilots in the U.S. military, even, confirming certain things that they've seen that they can't explain. And sort of coming forward a bit with that. So, I want it to be a little sweeter. A little sweeter. A little sweeter. But, I mean, I'm up for, you know, discussing that theory. It's just, again, we're not going to understand it all. It's just spitballing. And again, we couldn't ever hope to accomplish it for sure unless we evolve as a species. Which is why I always thought that, you know, we're Cyberpunk 2077, like, that makes more sense. Like, body mods and stuff like that, where we sort of become part of this technology we've created with computers and stuff. Yeah, I think so. Nah, but smartphones, here's what you don't understand. Even something as basic as an RF transmission, we can do that. I could do that. I could tell you how. I'm not going to, because it's a live stream and other people would do bad things with it. But if you know how technology works, that's probably what, like that's a lot of what these organizations deal with now, is like these cyber techs and stuff, like just how creative they're getting because they know how technology works and stuff's being privatized now. So even just with like RF emissions and stuff, you can scramble, disrupt, and emit signals to jam and completely screw up cell phones. So yes, they can be ready to do that, but whether that entity would allow us to do that, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it would go like that. I think that any alien that would come that would pose that type of threat and have that technology would immediately be able to instantly sever our power, cellular connection, any devices nearby, and you have nothing. Like, you're just complete darkness. Because it's all based on electric signals, yeah. And they would have the technology to easily target that. Yeah, so now as far as the simulation is concerned, yeah. But again, I think of it as more of in like religious, I guess, technical religious terms, like simulation, like God's simulation. You know, like God did create Earth and everything. You know, like the Big Bang and the theory of it and stuff. Yeah, I think that's possible, but he caused it. You know, he had this big mass and just decided, okay, now let's go boom and see what we create. You know, like that sort of thing. Like, yes, I agree. I think that it's his simulation, and to him, it would very much be a simulation. But to us, it's real life, man. How do you feel about being microchipped? I don't feel any type of way about it. It's a tracker. So, I guess however I feel about trackers. You know, and probably plenty of people know how I feel about trackers and how unconstitutional they are. So yeah, about how I feel about trackers. That's about how I feel about that. So not the necessary microchip itself and what it does, aside from the tracking. The tracking is the part that I don't agree with. Probably gonna have to end here really soon, guys. Any last minute random questions? And you guys are asking a lot of questions. That's alright though. Oh, do I believe in the singularity? I'm sorry, I just saw that one. Do I believe in the singularity? Like the singularity event? So yes, but I don't necessarily believe that's going to be the singularity event. I think it's going to be way worse. I hope it's that. I hope that's what it is. So the singularity event is not necessarily a good thing. It could be a bad thing. It's essentially the point at which in history technology becomes so rapid and advanced, it starts getting past anything anybody can keep track of. And that's what AI has done. Essentially, we've already kind of passed that. So now what's going to happen? I hope what you're saying is what happens. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think that people are way too foolish and don't understand what regulation is for. And just out of fear of hearing that word, regulation, people will be resistant to it just because they're saying, oh, we're regulating this and that. You want regulation. It means the government's going in and recognizing something's bad, somebody's doing something with this they shouldn't be. So they regulate it to make sure you are safe. self-regulation is. And people have used this for propaganda with guns, with they did this with for how long did they weaponize marijuana and use it as it's a gateway drug, dirk. Okay, so is alcohol and cigarettes and anything else anybody decides to do. You have an addictive quality about you, and you will probably eventually do something like that you're taking something good and throwing it way out just because a bunch of other people have problems with it. No. So this is what bad politicians have done with regulation. And it's probably not the ones you think. So, anyway, the point is, I get worried that through no regulation and simply people not understanding what it is and fearing this regulation, things won't get regulated. And then we're going to have fucking AI bots going around that are like faster and more agile than anybody. Like little fucking spider demons with guns on them and shit. You got a little fucking spider demon taking out cop cars and shit, jumping all over the place? This is what you gotta be worried about. The drone tech. Drone tech. And not the flying. No. That you don't gotta worry about. They'll shoot that shit down so no. It's the other drone tech you got to worry about, the guerrilla feral drone tech. What's that? What are they doing to this bunch of people here? This bunch of people here. Individual attacks that lead to bigger attacks. Just like what's happening with me. Where somebody's weaponizing an attack on a content creator with the purposes of obviously using that to better attacks, get better at this, to do it to more. Obviously we know that's what it's for. Anytime somebody does something bad, it's just to, usually, well, when it's premeditated anyway, so. Oh, no, yeah, for sure. No, iRobot was a real, flat-out, very real, Skynet actually happened. And then they went and used that actual name. The name Skynet is the name of the frickin' AI that took over in Terminator. They actually named it that. You guys know this, right? I'm sure you do. But they actually were bold enough to actually call it Skynet. And that's the one that, again, Skynet was the evil corp that, sent T-1000 and caused all that shit, all the machines killing everything. That was the point of Terminator was, see, I know you get it. For everybody in the back that didn't understand the point of Terminator, the point of Terminator 2, point of the first one, Terminator 2 was the best one. Everybody loved that one. But the point of that first one was, the whole point was, this guy was sent back because somebody else, a Terminator, was sent back to kill Sarah Connor before John Connor would have been born. So that way it doesn't ever happen, yada, 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 and the machines could have just... That's how insane this is. And so, that's the point, is, the whole point of that is we saw a future heading in that direction, arguably. Yeah, that's not too far from our own, like you see the similarities. And then in Terminator 2, the whole point was that now it's the same thing, but John Connor's a kid and it's happening again, and they have a better model. Now he's liquid and he can heal himself. And now all they could do is send the one Terminator that they've rigged or reprogrammed to help him. So hence Arnold. And yeah, the whole point was that's just a movie, man. It wouldn't have gone like that. No, obviously the better model would win instantly. It would have been just instant. It wouldn't have been a movie where Arnold somehow takes on all this stuff. No, it's not how it's going to go. The better model is the better model. Fun fact, the T2 was actually canonical. The canon ending. Yeah, the canon ending. All the other movies were confirmed to be what if movies. Yeah, T2 was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Well, that's good to hear, because some of those other ones were... And everybody gave Terminator Salvation such crap, but I actually didn't mind that one. You know, looking back now, it's like, man, if I could think about the number of Terminator movies I've seen, and it's like, I miss how they used to be. Nah, just get a different guy, do it over if you want to do a reboot. I know, it's Arnold. We love Arnold. I love him. I want to see him and stuff forever. That's fine, you can keep playing it. Yeah, I liked Salvation, but a lot of people didn't. A lot of people really crapped on it. I get that there was some dialogue and stuff, and people had to listen to dialogue, but I just didn't really understand why it wasn't. I mean, I was entertained by it, and yeah, I didn't really. I think I saw Genesis once. Wasn't that the one with the woman Terminator? I don't know. I don't remember. I should probably get going. I gotta get going. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We had a huge turnout this time in chat and everything. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I remember that then. Yeah, Terminator Salvation, I liked that because we actually had Christian Bale in more of a normal role for once, playing John Connor, and just everyone was just crapping on the movie. I thought it was so stupid. Sam Worthington was good too. I liked him in it too. Anyway, I should get going, guys. I really should. Thank you very much for watching this. I really, really appreciate you guys and your support. Thank you so much for the chatting and everything. Fun conversation. Yeah, for sure. Take care, guys.